You've studied everything for the exam, you know the answer to all the questions, but yet you're not able to score more in your exams. Sound familiar? I've been there too. Maybe it's not because how you're studying, but because how you're presenting your answers in your exam. If you're new here, hi, I'm Suprita. I'm a third year medical student in BGS Medical College, Bangalore, India, and welcome to my channel Insane Med. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to write your answers effectively in the exam to score more. In the initial segment, I'm going to be giving you guys a general protocol that you can use for any subject, and then in the end, I'm also going to be showing you guys sample answers of some of my second year subjects. So without further ado, let's get started. So if I have to give you guys a general protocol for any subject, what would it be? So the first thing would be introduction or definition. Introduction or definition. The second thing would be that there is a key idea that you have to explain about. In this key idea, what you're going to do is you divide it into various subheadings. So you divide this key idea into various subheadings and briefly explain under each key heading, under each subheading. This is the only thing that you need to do. So for example, if you're given any disease that you have to write about, what would you do? You would introduce the disease. Then what are the headings? The key idea is to explain about the disease, right? So what are the subheadings that you would give? You would give the etiology. You would give the pathogenesis. Then what are the clinical features and what is the treatment? So the essential idea that I'm trying to give you guys is that whatever subject, whatever topic you take, try to divide that topic into various headings and subheadings. Basically, give an introduction, you're going to have a key idea, break down that key idea into various subheadings, and then briefly explain under each subheading. You don't have to go into detail of each key heading. And in the end, if you can, give a conclusion, right? Here your conclusion is going to be your treatment, and these three things are going to be your subheadings. I want to give you guys a bonus tip. Whenever you're writing your answers under every heading and subheadings, if you're able to include these few things, you might end up getting a lot more marks. And that is number one, tables. Especially if there are tables given in the textbook, make sure you write down those tables. Number two is flowcharts. Okay. Number three is diagrams. Number four is histopathology pictures. If you have any of these extra things that you are able to include in your answers, include them and you'll get a lot of marks. So now coming to the sample answers, I have explained three answers, a 3 marker, a 5 marker and 10 marker. The 3 marker is from microbiology, the 5 marker from pharmacology and the 10 marker from pathology. So I'll just try to give you guys the overview of the idea that I showed you guys here, how I have used it here. So this is just a 3 marker. In 3 markers, you don't necessarily need to follow that idea of dividing and classifying things, because the question is going to be pretty straightforward and you have to just write answers to the point. So for the 3 marker, the question was bacteriophage, and I think they had asked us about the significance of bacteriophages. So I just drew a bacteriophage and then I have just written 6 significances. Since this is a 3 marker, I usually tend to write 6 things for anything they have asked. If they have asked a difference, try to write 6 differences. If they have asked examples, try to write 6 examples. So there is not much to explain in 3 markers. If you can, you try to add diagrams, or else just write whatever they have asked for. Okay. Now coming to the 5 markers, let's look at the 5 markers. So the question was proton pump inhibitors. Here I can clearly show you guys how I have divided this answer into various subheadings. So the first thing I have written is these are the drugs which reduce gastric acid secretion, and I have listed the drugs belonging to proton pump inhibitors. So this part is going to become my introduction part. From then on, you can see that I have started dividing it into subheadings. So mechanism of action is my first subheading, and site of action is the second, effect is the third, and then oral bioavailability, excretion. I think all of this was supposed to come under kinetics. I have missed that heading, so this would have come under the kinetics of the drug. So that would have been the next heading, and then there's uses and adverse effects, right? So I have made these subheadings, and you can see under each subheading I have explained a few points, but I have given more importance to mechanism of action because you have to draw a diagram there and explain about the normal secretion of HCl. So you just have to draw a diagram or draw a flow chart wherever you can. See, look at this. If you just look at this diagram, you will get to know what is the action of these parietal cells and how normal HCl secretion takes place. So you can see that I have just drawn the diagram and written the flow chart. Not much of explanation because the diagram and the flow chart is self-explanatory. And for each subheading that I have given, I have explained only a few points. This might seem I don't know, unsatisfactory, but I do this only because I don't have time to write a lot of things. At least if I'm dividing it into different subheadings, then they will know that I have understood the subject and read the subject and I have tried to write something, okay? So you need to emphasize on certain important things or write more on certain important things. For example, I have written a lot more on mechanism of action, but not on these other subheadings. Again, I have written a lot more on uses. So similarly, you have to make sure that you're emphasizing on the important things and explaining a little bit more under these subheadings whenever needed. So this is how I would write a 5 marker. So that was pharmacology. Now coming to the long answers, this is from pathology. The question was breast carcinoma, and this another part of the question was explain invasive ductal carcinoma in detail. So here let's look at what I have done. So I have written that breast carcinoma is the second most common cause of cancer deaths, and then I have given a little classification. This part is going to become my introduction for a 10 marker. This part is going to be my introduction. Okay, after that I have again made various subheadings. You can look at it. Etiology is my first subheading, then pathogenesis, then I have written the gross features, that is the next subheading, microscopic features, and then what is the grading, and then what is the treatment that you would give. Okay, just to point out one thing here, you guys can see that I have written this answer in a hurry, so I have not really named the subheadings well, but if you have time, make sure that you name the subheadings well. So now you guys can see that once you have made the subheadings, it becomes a lot easier for you to recall things as well as to write things, right? See, under etiology, I have given a few points that are going to be risk factors for breast cancer, right? And then even under pathogenesis, I have not had time to explain a lot of things, but I have just written a small flowchart here. And when it comes to explaining invasive ductal carcinoma in detail, I have explained. I have given a small introduction here, if you guys can see. So this part was my introduction and this part was my etiology. Here also I have tried to maintain the structure, but since I did not have time, I have not been able to clearly classify the headings. Then I have the next subheading I have given is gross features, microscopy, and then based on the histology how you divide it, then I have graded, and in the end I would have given the treatment or the conclusion. You can clearly see that I have written this when I did not have any time, but just because I have classified things into various headings and subheadings, it looks like I have written more. Okay, and it looks like I have covered a lot of things. So if you guys are also able to do this while you're writing an exam, it's going to help you fetch a lot more marks. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you did learn something from it. If you did, please do let me know in the comment section below. I have also given a link to download the PDF in the description box. So if you guys want to look at it, go download it. And thank you for watching. Please do make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Have a nice day. Bye.